Hello, welcome. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Underground Treehouse Podcast, a podcast that discusses and reviews music of all genres. I'm 1/4 year host Ruben. Joining me as always is Keenan.
What up?
Isaac.
Hello, hello.
And no Marcos. He's acting as our correspondent tonight for the Ballista show. Shout out to him. He's getting the good stuff. You'll probably see it on our story.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, we're holding it down for now. He'll be back next week.
That fool got me merch. Follow this man.
For real.
And one of the dopest merch drops from a local band too.
Facts, bro. Shout out Mishap.
Facts. This week we're going to be reviewing the newest album by indie pop band Belle and Sebastian called Late Developers. This is my pick, but as always, before we get into that, we'll be giving you our music recommendations of the week as well as our local beer recommendation of the week. Isaac, start us off with the music, baby.
So this week is a little different from what I usually listen to. I feel like I've been saying that in the last couple weeks, bro.
Always switching
bro.
it up, dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
If it's not like last week, then it's not different.
If it's not like
last week was like off the walls different.
it wasn't that bad.
Prince
Shout
of
out
Egypt,
Prince of
dog?
Egypt.
What the fuck?
Shout out Prince of Egypt. That shit hard as hell. Anyways, nah, you're right though. An actual song
Hell yeah.
this week would be Dance Me to the End of Love by the Civil Wars. Are you guys familiar with the Civil Wars at all?
Absolutely not.
No, they were a duo who did like folk music pretty much, like folk-ish music, and they broke up in 2013, something like that. But yeah, just a great love song, catchy tune, just really in your feels if you want to listen to it. And it's just, I don't know, it's just they have such a chemistry together that anytime you listen to their music, you could feel the connection and just feel their chemistry. You know, I don't even know like what their relationship is or anything like what they are to each other, but either way, bro, they just have such good chemistry, just musically, you know.
Make bangers, that's it.
It comes across, yeah. So shout out the Civil Wars. Hope you come back. Fuck the Civil War.
Oh, word.
Fuck all them gray coats, but you know the Civil Wars, they tight.
They tight. Nice. So I got the new release from supergroup Boy Genius, which consists of Phoebe Bridgers, Julian Baker,
And who else?
and Lucy Dacus. Bro.
Jesus.
So it's cool. So they just released 3 new singles. And what's cool about it is in order, they have the song Just $20, which is actually led by Julian Baker. And then the second track, Emily, I'm Sorry, which is led by Phoebe Bridgers. And then True Blue, which is led by Lucy Dacus. So it was pretty cool how they kind of released it there, because you really get to hear all 3 of them. You get to hear them all on each track, of course, but each track is actually led by just one of the ladies.
Yeah. That's
very
dope as fuck.
very indie. Just indie pop rock, whatever you want to call it. They have a new album coming out later on this year that I cannot wait for, and we're probably gonna review it.
Yep.
Because I love all 3 of these ladies individually. Their voices are so great. Can't wait for it. The new album is actually going to be called The Record. So if you go check it out now, go check out the latest 3 singles by Boy Genius.
All right, my recommendation of the week is going to be an album that I'm very mad at myself for not listening to in 2022, because this shit is dope, and I don't know if I could say it would have made my top 10, but probably would have made top 15. This shit is insane. So it's going to be the album Not Type by Domi and JD Beck. And it seems kind of familiar, but the album cover, the fucking styling of the band name, or of the group name, and then the styling of the album title, I can imagine myself singing and being like, no, I'm not going to listen to this. It just looks like, I don't know. Honestly, if I had to guess, it might have came across to me as like, it did come across to me as like some weird fucking like 100 Gex type of shit or something. It just seems completely opposite from what it is. And what it is some of the best jazz fusion I've heard in a while. Like you said, I mean, I don't know what they are to each other, but all I know is they make dope ass music. And This shit is just, it's smooth as hell, man. You have great features in Thundercat. Mac DeMarco's on this. Herbie Hancock.
What the hell?
Yeah, man, it's all over the place, but in the best way possible. This is jazz fusion at its best, and I'm very mad. I'm barely getting to it now, but at the same time, I'm very glad that I finally got around to it. So, not tied by Dami and JD Beck. Our local beer recommendation of the week is going to be a first from Gravity Bound Brewing Company off 3rd Street. Check them out. They're super dope. This beer that we're going to be recommending from them is going to be the Dreamline Hazy India Pale Ale. Now, I don't know what any of these ingredients are except for maybe one of them, but this India Pale Ale includes Citra, Sabro, Huel Melon, and Amarillo hops. Some wild shit in here, bro. And if you look at the can, too, the can is pretty nuts.
It's very southwestern.
Oh, 100%. 100%. And you know what? Actually, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the owners are from Denver or they're from Colorado. So it's dope that they like came over and like incorporated the Southwest look into into the stylings of like the cans and of the inside of the brewery, cuz like they have fucking Gila monsters and fucking Roadrunners all over on the inside. It's fucking tight.
And what's cool about this brewery is if you show up on your bike and tell them that you rode your bike, they will give you $1 off your first pint.
Very true.
So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so they are very bike friendly. It's a cool spot. It's actually kind of hidden. It's there right there off of 3rd Street.
Yeah.
Just before Lomas. But it's a really cool spot, and the beer itself is very smooth. This would be a great summertime drink instead of being in a frozen shed with the space heater on in the background. But you know what? Nonetheless, it's delicious.
It's delicious. And for it being so thick, it fucking drinks really smooth.
Yes, it does.
Very easy drinking, very easy sipping. At 7%, what more can you ask for, bro?
Give me one.
Hey,
Give me one.
there you go.
Give me one.
Pop that shit open,
Right
boy.
here.
Isaac, help him.
Bro.
I
Am I
tried to
tripping?
tell you. Yeah, the muscle of the group, baby.
Holy Yo, listen to this.
Oh, all over the
Delicious.
fucking mic, dog.
Delicious.
Hey, shout out Gravity Bound. Thank you guys
Shout
for
the fuck out.
Shout
you,
out
guys.
Gravity Bound. Cheers, boys.
Cheers. All right. Late Developers by Belle and Sebastian. So, honestly, the only reason why I really picked this album, I only like one album from them. And that's not to say I don't like the rest of their discography. There's just one album that I've really listened to and like really gravitated towards, which is Right About Love. Right About Love is a super dope album. Other than that, I've just kind of heard like little loosies here and there, and that's really it. So I guess I'm really just kind of going off of their name because I know that they're, a real prominent indie rock kind of band.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know. It was just one album that just kind of stood out to me, and I was like, this might be cool. Let's check it out. So no big reason, no underlying,
motive or anything like that.
yeah, just
No.
wanted to check out a cute little indie pop band. So
Well, thanks, because this was terrible.
hey, relax.
hey.
I'm just kidding.
Keenan, what were you gonna say?
I was going to say, it's been nice because we haven't really gotten any new release this year. So to start off the new year with something new,
True.
this was nice.
Very true.
It's all right.
But
No, I'm just kidding.
also,
No, that's a good. Yeah.
but also, are you familiar with Belle and Sebastian?
No, I've never really listened to them. I know a couple of their songs, and I think I like one of their albums, but looking back on it now, none of them look familiar, so maybe I don't. But I've definitely heard of them, and yeah, they're cool.
Yeah. Well, they're very is prolific the right word? Where you have like a big body of work, or do I have that shit backwards?
No, because prolific more means that like
it's
what they did was, groundbreaking and like whoa, like you're thinking of they just
They
getting
just
it,
do
bro.
that shit, bro. I mean,
Yeah.
like we said, this is like the 11th studio album that they've had.
I guess if everything that they put out is of like pretty good or better, then yeah, I would consider that prolific.
Yeah, and I think I mean that's not how I meant it, but I guess they could also probably be viewed as that because I always see them like viewed in the same breath as like Nick Cave. You know what I mean?
Oh
okay.
yeah.
So
'Cause they
they're
all came up around the same time as well.
yeah. And they've definitely had the longevity. They have a fucking steady fan base, bro, and they show out every time too. So
Oh yeah, and it's fair. I mean, this band has been doing it since the mid to early '90s.
yeah,
So, and
It sounds like it.
yeah, it does. And each album they put out, not not to say it gets better, but
whoa, oh,
I can't say that.
Yeah, no.
They have some misses in there. They
oh
do.
yeah, of course.
But it's typical indie pop rock.
Right. Yeah. So, gentlemen, is this album a miss? How do you guys feel about late developers? I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't have really too much to say. It's a little redundant with what I'm gonna say, so I think I'll just get it out of the way. My main gripe with it
Okay.
is, you know, like we said, they've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
It's really hard for a band who's been around this long to really stay fresh. You know, without even if you're not gonna, especially if you're not gonna be doing anything like super innovative or like anything out of your kind of like wheelhouse. I think my biggest gripe with it is that a lot of the lyrical content grabs my attention, but some of the like a lot of the sound of this just doesn't really grab me.
I agree.
I kind of felt myself like just kind of like not really like being captivated by a lot of it. And there's definitely songs, you know, that I'll get into that I really like that I feel like, you know, do both very well. But I just felt like for a good majority of this album, nothing was really clicking with me. And we don't have to get into it right now, but the song that I feel like I have a huge issue with that is the third track, When We Were Very Young. Like I really, really like the lyrical content of that, but just the sound is just like, it's fucking borderline annoying, really. So yeah,
Keys are hard though.
keys are alright. They're not even alright. This song just sucks. But
Yeah, the keys in some of the songs is like very like, bro, like
Basic.
16th century like.
that's exactly what this shit sounds like,
I
bro.
love it.
Some
God,
fucking.
of course he does.
I know. We already know. God.
Big brain. Damn.
It's not my brain that's big. It's just my forehead, bro.
What the fuck?
It's an illusion.
But yeah, I mean, I just wanted to get that out of the way now because otherwise I'm gonna be repeating it for a lot of these songs.
Right.
And so I'm going to go back to some other podcasts that we've discussed where you have said that it's mostly been with like the indie albums when you say they kind of blend.
Right.
That's literally what this entire album does.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically, it all sounds the same. And I can't be mad at them for that because this is literally their bread and butter. This is them. They're literally like one of the biggest indie bands. And they've been doing it for a very long time. So obviously they're going to stick to what they know.
Mm-hmm.
And so to what you said, like they didn't really go outside, you know, their comfort zone, which I do think they did in one track. We'll get to that later.
Oh, is that a groan or is that a
you
hype?
know what fucking song it is
It's
too.
a hard sigh.
It's
no,
a
I
very
hope it's not
hard
one
sigh
that-
for me.
And so that one track, I think they did kind of go out of their comfort zone.
Mhm.
But other than that, I'm just gonna talk about track 3 real quick. That
Okay.
the theme of that one was fun, but
You couldn't get with the theme on that one?
I couldn't. No, like it was very. So this whole album kind of reminds me of like very like reminiscence of the past.
Right.
Yes.
So especially like with track 3, which is When We Were Very Young.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally like his talking about his younger self, where they literally only cared about when they were children, and then now they're adults who are, you know, adulting.
Right.
The sounding though, even though I said it kind of just all blends in, I like that. I thought a lot of the guitar was fun, and the vocal delivery. I think the vocal delivery is catchy, and I think that's pretty big within the indie genre.
Oh yeah.
That one was fun, and so it was it was nice.
Oh, word.
This man's
word.
pressing his first fingers together as he said.
This album was fun.
Okay, so for me, just the indie pop, indie rock genre and sound in general, to me, is just very, very new to me. Very, very. It's just not my taste. It's not my palate. You know, it's not something that it's not something that catches my ear immediately. You know what I mean? Like how certain things just hook you. So because I feel that way about a whole genre, I think you can kind of see where I'm going with this when it comes to this album. When they do stray away from that traditional sound, I kind of fuck with it like a lot. You know, there's this funky ass song on here.
Ooh.
They're funky as hell, but
There's multiple. I ain't gonna lie.
and but a lot of this sounded like some like late 90s fucking theme song, bro, like a sitcom, like where you just cut to a fucking profile of the actor and it says like their name at the bottom. That this is the music that plays. Or I just got like straight up like just it's super 80s in a way. Like I got like 80s vibes from it. Like in some of the tracks, not every track, but some of the tracks just it had like that like you could smell the fucking hairspray and the fucking burnt hair and the fucking plastic, and it just sounds very 80s to me.
And that's probably just them wearing their influences on their sleeves.
Probably.
And, you know, they are an older band now. And so being from the mid-90s,
Right.
that's probably what they had, you know. So it's pretty cool that we're still, like, hearing that to this day.
And they're giving those influences life still.
Yeah, one of my favorite songs, "The Evening Star." I get super like heavy, almost 70s like psych rock kind of
Yeah, it's very
vibes on that.
nostalgic sounding.
Yeah, it's like some fucking what's her name? Oh, I can't think of her name right now. I just know she's in the 27 Club.
Janis
Ooh,
Joplin.
Yeah, Janis Joplin. Yeah. Like I get very like Janis Joplin, kind of like almost Fleetwood Mac type of vibes from that song.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So yeah, it's interesting because I didn't get too many 80s vibes, if any, really, but I do kind of see the 90s. So yeah, it's cool that we're able to like hear all these different influences, you know, throughout the album.
Right.
One song that I would like to jump to, because this is neither 70s nor 80s or 90s. It's straight up fucking
Trash.
new gen pop.
Oh.
It's actually trash. I don't know what you see in me. This song is definitely the outlier, I think, in terms of sound. This is the one that's huge. So, like I said, I haven't really been keeping up with Belle and Sebastian too much. So when I heard this, I was like, holy shit, have they been doing this pop shit? Do you know, Keenan? Have they been doing
I don't, because they actually just came out with an album last year called A Bit of Previous, and I have no idea what that album sounds like. So if they try to like go in this direction,
Yeah.
I would have no clue.
Okay. Because, yeah, I mean, this shit was way out of left field. And I hate this song. I do not like this song at all.
Bro, give me a dap, bro. Give me a
Dap me
dap.
up.
This is one of the worst songs I've ever heard in my entire life. This makes me want to get snuffed out with the Tempur-Pedic pillow, bro. Just put that
Bro.
shit over my face and then sit on it and then just fucking let me fucking croak, bro.
God
Fucking
damn.
Shit is terrible, bro.
You go Stiglitz your ass.
Bro, you go Stiglet my ass. Damn sauerkraut eating motherfuckers, bro. Just take my ass out. I'm pissed, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking send my ass to the ballpark, bro, with Donnie. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, shout out.
Garbage, bro.
fucking Williams. That's out of the fucking ball.
It's not even that bad, but the fucking la-di-da-di-da shit is fucking nightmare fuel, bro. Shit is-
Nightmare fuel?
It is. It's nightmare
Oh. Try to be open.
ear fuel. Sorry.
Just try to be a little open.
We
I tried to be open, and that shit made me close up like Fort Knox. What are you talking about?
I thought it was a little fun.
Ugh.
I thought it was a little
no.
fun.
Here. I'll give you this. I could see why you thought it was fun. Even though I
Yes.
think this is like someone spit in my ice cream. I could see like if this was a color palette, for me it would be like dark green and brown and whatever fucking
What?
bile that you.
Bro, you literally got a boy over here in dark green and he's dark brown. That's fucked up.
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, he looks like a moco right now. What can I say? No, but that's my fucking visual palette. But like literally, it's a very bright song.
It is.
And I could totally see someone being like, "All right, I'm gonna shake my head to it," you know?
Maybe what if this was like to grab someone from today's age who doesn't listen to this band, and now that this is what like leads them into Belle and Sebastian.
Sorry.
Ooh. Whoa.
Wow.
So I'm trolling.
Jeez.
Nah, shout out Belle and Sebastian, bro. This one ain't it, dog. You could have made this shit
Yeah.
10 tracks, bro.
Sorry,
No,
the song
I
ain't
mean-
it. The song ain't it.
Off this album, this song fell short. It did.
Mhm.
But I do appreciate them stepping out of their comfort zone and swinging
This
because
is very 80s. This is one of the
It
songs
is.
that was very 80s.
it's so.
to me.
But at the end of the day, like the electronic approach was nice. I thought it was fun. I thought it was fun. I thought it was fun. God
No,
damn,
it is.
you
I can see.
fucking-
I can see why.
Leave him alone.
For
Sorry.
real, let me have this.
I'm not even trashing him. I just keep trashing that song. I'm sorry.
Damn, I thought Marcos was gone tonight.
For
What the
real?
fuck?
Channeling his
God
energy.
damn. All I'm saying is I fucking appreciate them stepping out of their comfort
Well,
zone
stop.
and swinging. If
Knock it off.
is it a miss? A little bit, but compared to the rest of the album. But I will give them praise.
So then I think that's a good follow up into the two songs that are also very upbeat, but I don't think are as poppy. This almost has like a fucking like I don't even know, ska almost kind of sound. They're super like Caribbean sounding, exotic ass shit. And that's Do You Follow and Late Developers?
Do you follow?
Do You
dog?
Follow? That bass line funky as hell, boy.
Funky as hell, boy. This shit got me shaking my tail feather.
Yeah, these two were nice.
So Do You Follow? It's cool because the rest of the album is very poppy. So like with that bass, this song comes off a little more serious than the rest of the tracks,
Mhm.
just because of that bass, just because of that bass and like the vocal delivery, and I guess the tone of in which they sing, it comes off as more of a serious song, even though it's not.
Right.
So this one is definitely, I would say this song, sound wise, is kind of like the outlier to the rest of the album.
Oh.
I agree with
Personally.
that completely.
Personally, so
Do I follow? You're saying?
What was that?
You're saying do I follow?
Yeah, Do You Follow?
Or yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Do you follow? My bad. My bad.
So Do You Follow?
Are you following?
Apparently
Are you
not.
following me?
My bad.
No, so just like sound wise, this song is definitely like the outlier, just because again, it comes off more serious sounding, but the lyrics are the same as the rest of the album.
Yeah.
But this album is funky and is very good, and I guess like you said, Isaac, the lyrical content of the entire album was actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So I will.
It was
agree
just
with you there.
consistent. It was consistent in its approach, and it was consistent in its like seriousness. You know, like
Yeah.
none of the songs took the piss, even though like a lot of them sounded kind of silly and goofy, or
Yeah.
they're just not like serious songs. Like they were all saying shit that is either relatable or at least just like commendable. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, this. Do you follow? Funky as hell. The keys go brazy. Whenever the lady voice came in, bro, Belle, whatever. Whenever she came in, bro, woo, that little fuzz on it, woo. That shit sounded like crushed velvet. You know what I'm saying?
Belle. just for clarification, nobody in this fucking band is named Sebastian or
What the fuck? I just got bamboozled, y'all. Ain't no way, bro.
bro. This is a band of like 8 people. What are you talking about?
Bro, he said when Belle came in on verse 2.
Bro, what the?
Bro, it's
Bro, I listen to 100 gex. I don't think there's literally 100 gex in this bitch. What the fuck?
just a 100 geckos with a microphone in front of it. Asking you how you can save 10 to 15% on your cartridge.
Holy shit! God damn. Hey yo, we only got like a couple more tracks. honestly.
Okay. Hey, reel it in, Keenan.
Ooh, reel it in. So then, Late Developers, what do you guys think about that one? Because I think this one is very in line. It's very funky. This one has some great trumpet playing on it too. So the intro, like this is the shit where I get that real Caribbean kind of sound. I'm like, God damn, Belle, Sebastian.
Like
Shit is
literally,
nice.
Marcos would just label it as elevator music, and that's perfect. It's it's so calming,
Like lobby music.
and it's cool to see the self-titled track as the last track.
Yeah.
Because it is very calming, and like it is also very uplifting because you do have the horns,
Mm-hmm.
and so of course the lyrical content is good to finish off the album.
Oh yeah.
And so I just like the way they set it up with the title track giving it to us at the end,
Yeah.
because you don't really see that much.
Yeah.
It's always within like the first half of the album, if not like right in the middle. And so to give it to us at the end, it's exciting because it's setting us up to like, it was so uplifting. It's like, hey, we're still here, and we're gonna
Right.
still be here.
Yeah.
It just left us with the it left me with a good note. So to know that they're still gonna be here for a while.
Oh yeah, for sure. It was definitely. I mean, I didn't get that vibe. I didn't get it as like a cliffhanger, as in like we're gonna be back. But I do agree that this was a very good send off for the album. This was a great way to wrap it up.
Yeah, to piggyback off of what you were saying, I think it's the first time in how many albums that we reviewed where the album actually ends on a fucking good
It
note.
does.
Yeah.
And it actually ends on like a high note. Like, for as much as I'm dogging this album, like, this song is fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's that closer. Like, yes, bro, finally an album that sends us off, you know what I mean, in a good way that kind of wraps the album together in a nice little bow. Like, I don't know, I appreciate that, like you said, not only did they put the self-titled track at the end, but it was actually good, and it fit thematically, and it was just a good send-off. So
Yeah. Chef's kiss, baby. So like you were saying earlier, Isaac, they do a good job at not taking the piss, even though, the sound may, sound otherwise.
yeah, it really ruffles my feathers. But
Yeah. I got to tell you, one of the worst offenders of that on this album is Will I Tell You a Secret? Oh my God. I like the lyrical content of this, but this sound is just so goofy. What were you saying earlier? That fucking 1600s ass plucking the string? This is that shit. I hate this sound, bro.
it's very folk.
It is.
style.
Oh, but it's
Very-
like powdered wigs, folk, bro. I hate this
Very
shit.
neutral milk hotel, as you would say.
No, don't do Neutral Milk Hotel like that, dog.
Bro.
Don't do it.
It's weird. It's weird. It's a little weird. The sound itself, like he's corny, like his little, like the way his
Like his
vocal
staccato
delivery.
flow.
Bro.
Yeah, his vocal delivery
Taking after the
was,
Migos, bro.
but also to kind of back them up, they're a corny band.
Yeah.
Belle and Sebastian is a corny band, and
Maybe not corny, but they kind of take the piss.
yeah,
You're like, nah, that shit corn, straight corn.
we got a lot of their like early influences, and this one fell short.
Yeah, definitely. That's probably the best way to describe it. It just falls short. It doesn't do much.
I don't hate the acoustic sound of this and like the folk style of this. I don't really hate it that much. It's just their delivery and their execution was fucking awful, bro. Like they had all the fucking ingredients to make a great butter drum, and they ended up making a fucking sandy fucking shitty ass drink. You know what I mean? Another track that I liked a lot was So in the Moment. I really enjoyed the strumming at the start. It kind of gives me like a Great British Takeover vibe, Like,
Yes,
Yeah, dude.
that's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? This shit makes me want to fucking make a call on one of those big ass payphones in London, Sean's?
Yeah.
Bro,
They're
yeah.
fucking-
Right next to them double decker ass buses, bro.
They're fucking Scottish, and you're all these British.
I know, right? You're gonna get jumped by a hooligan because you got it wrong, bro.
Hey, don't pipe bomb my house, please. Thank you.
That's fucking Irish.
I'm a filthy American. Please don't hate me. Hey, all y'all eat beans for breakfast. Get the fuck out of here.
Bro,
I
shout
mean,
out.
so do we, but they're pinto beans, bro.
Hey.
Y'all be eating like fucking lima beans or some bullshit, bro.
Yeah, I like this one a lot too.
Yeah.
That British takeover is actually a really good way, like very reminiscent of like the Who or something like that.
Yeah, bro. Or just that energy. You know what I mean? That old school. What was that like? Like 70s?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. Just 70s, just pure gloomy sky. Fucking the energy on this song, I think, is a lot. The energy on this song is a lot more hyped than on a lot of the other songs, because a lot of the other songs are chill, and they're not necessarily like so chill or like snooze fest or anything. But this is with the strumming at the beginning, the like
Yeah.
that shit was hard. You know
Oh,
what I
yeah.
mean? And it just, I don't know. Coming from my metal background, it just really got the blood pumping. And
Mhm.
I really enjoyed that they went in that direction, even though it was for only one track. And I wish they did it more.
But especially coming off of Will I Tell You a Secret?
Yeah, especially coming off of
That's-
that shit. Then
yeah.
this was a great palate
Follow-up.
cleanser.
Yeah, there you go. No,
so
no,
not
no,
yeah.
So not only is it the most like energized song throughout
Right.
the album, but coming off right after Will I Tell You a Secret, it hits a little harder.
Yeah. I
And
would
so I do agree with you. The start of the song was fun, especially with like that plucking.
agree. Yeah.
And this song in general reminds me a lot of the album Shoots Too Narrow by the Shins.
Mm.
And a lot of the band, the New Pornographers, if you guys are familiar with them, just very fast-paced indie. Is not all of their music, but they have sounds that are very similar. And so this song was, of course, the lyrical content of the whole rekindling of a new love
Yeah.
or an old love was very fun, and I thought it was the change that we needed because it comes right in the middle. This is probably like right that splits the album in half for me
Oh, okay, I got you.
personally, because like you start off kind of like fast-paced indie, not fast-paced, but a little more upbeat, up-tempo.
From what we've gotten previously, at least.
Yeah, and then once we get to here, that's when it kind of like starts to plateau, and then we kind of start to go down a little more
Right.
softer.
Right.
Wise.
So, I think to give a little bit of context, it might be helpful to talk about just those first two tracks, Juliet Naked, and Give a Little Time.
Oh yeah.
Context as to us, because we keep referring to like the album gets faster. It's not as fast at this point compared to this,
Yeah. We
So
need to at
just
least
to
start
give a
with
little
the
bit.
beginning.
Yeah, because we've kind of went over everything else except the beginning.
Yeah.
But Juliet Naked, like this one.
Yeah.
So Keenan, I know you think that the first half is a little bit quicker, a
Yes.
little bit more fast paced.
Yes.
Juliet Naked isn't real fast paced. This has a more kind of like mellow kind of sound to it. It's very eerie though, I think. Do you guys get like a weird like fucking
Eerie
Ansia kind of
specifically?
vibes? Yeah. I don't know if it's just his harmonies, like the bum bum bum. Like I don't know if it's just that. It almost sounds like I don't even know how to explain it. It just sounds real spooky to me. And it kind of bleeds into the rest of the song. I don't know if I was the only one who felt like that, but
Personally, I didn't feel it. I didn't feel that.
okay.
So like I can put myself in your shoes and I could totally see that.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
Like
I was
now that
tripping.
now that you're like now that you're saying it and putting it in that aspect, I can see that.
Yeah.
But personally, no, I didn't get that at all.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Because right off the rip, I got Belle and Sebastian are back, like
Yeah.
they never left.
Mhm.
This is classic Belle and Sebastian sounding,
Right.
and it was just the nostalgia kicking in. I'm like, holy shit, I love this.
Yeah. I got you. And then going into the second track, Give It a Little Time. That one is even like a little bit more fast paced. That one's a little bit more upbeat too.
With that Disney Channel ass beat, bro.
Yeah, this is one that's very corny. Y'all want
Ah, damn.
y'all want to talk about corny, bro? This shit is corny, bro. Oh my god.
Golly. This could literally be the theme song to a late '90s sitcom, bro.
Camp Rock.
Bro.
Hey, what
More
you got
like
against
Camp
Jonas Brothers?
Snooze Fest.
What you got against the Jonas Brothers?
Demi Lovato. Who else is in that movie?
I don't know. I
I
never
remember-
actually watched it.
I didn't either.
I'm just a
I've-
fan of
I've
the
seen
Jonas
the
Brothers.
oh, well, there you go.
No, so in the second track, again, I thought it was very upbeat, and her voice is fun. And the reason why I really liked her voice is because it reminded me a lot of the band Stars,
Mhm.
which is one of my favorite bands. And so that indie sounding, female led, it was literally identical to Stars. And so hearing this, it was fun. And the male singer, when he came in during like the harmonies or like just the backing vocals in general,
Mhm.
it made the song a lot, I don't know how to explain it, like I guess interactive, because it was like something you could sing along to.
Oh,
And so it was just catchy and it was fun. And so coming off that first track, which I thought was also fun and catchy,
Mhm.
it was a good duo. It was a good 1-2 to start off the album.
right. And I thought that we were gonna have a lot more variants like that,
Mhm.
where it would be like more male vocally dominated than more female vocally dominated. It seems like the male vocals kind of really took over for most of the album.
It did this album.
Yeah.
which is in the past where we got a lot
Right.
of the two.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas this one, like you said, it was definitely male led.
Yeah.
But for what it was, when we got her parts, she did not disappoint.
And I think she disappointed on a lot of this. I ain't gonna
Really?
lie. Yeah, I wasn't really feeling a lot of her moments. She had some nice like backing vocal harmonies more towards the end of the album.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, for the most part, I just wasn't really feeling it. On that note, is there anything else you guys want to hit? Any other tracks,
No, thank you, sir.
bars,
Man, when she
beats?
said, man, when Belle said, "Hey, yo, my childhood is fucked," I said, "Hell yeah, sis."
Hey,
When he said all I wanted to care about was the football scores
dude.
and my chores,
Said I
Okay,
wish I could.
bro,
Yeah, that's actually
we're getting
fucking
old,
hard.
boys.
I was taking the piss, but
damn.
that's actually fucking hard as fuck.
We're getting old, boys.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, real quick before we wrap, because I know we're about to wrap, but yeah, that's because I referenced that earlier. That's why that song hits me so hard, because I have that same type of like mentality of like, God damn. At least the way I took it, I could have maybe taken the lyrics slightly wrong, but I took it as just like in adulthood, nothing really hits the same anymore. You know what I mean? You're just not as excited or like as you just don't feel as fulfilled with a lot of the mundane things that you would have as you were when you were a kid. You would have felt a lot
Exactly.
more excited about it. So just it's presented in a very corny way, but I was just like, God damn, if they would have done it maybe in a more like serious kind of tone, I probably would have liked the song overall a lot more. But yeah, those lyrics fucking hit me deep, man. God damn. Okay, I can end on that. If we're good, we can all end on that. We can give you our final thoughts, overall score, and top 3 tracks. Keenan, start us off.
So coming into this album, having not listening to them easily since 2015,
Mhm.
I had no idea what to expect. I I didn't know if they were going to change or not. I didn't know if they were just going to stick to what they know. And so coming in, I was pretty excited, just because I am pretty fond of this band, even though I haven't listened to them in a while. Their older stuff I do go back to a lot though, especially those early '90s albums, or I'm sorry, those late '90s albums. So listening to this off the first couple listens, I was excited just to know that they're back. So actually diving into the lyrical content was fun, the delivery was fun, the instruments were fun. It's just something about it. It's just, I feel like it just doesn't hold up as much to as like their earlier stuff. So this album compared to all their releases, I don't think it holds up to everything that we've gotten in the past. And so that being said, the album did fall short despite how catchy and fun it was. So I have to give it a 7.
That's still not
Damn.
terrible. That's not bad
7
at
out
all.
of 10.
That's great.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's not bad at all.
I'm scared to hear what you guys had to say about this.
Oh, shit.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh, brother.
But to show that they still have it, they're still the top of the indie genre. And if you're a super fan, you're gonna love this. If you're a new fan just getting into it, it might take a little time. Definitely recommend their earlier stuff. But it's just nice to know that they're still making music and they're still having fun with it. The sound is still there. Lyrical content, and I feel like they're kind of reaching there.
Right.
But overall, it's catchy. It's fun. Top 3 tracks, I gotta go with So in the Moment, Juliet Naked, and Give a Little Time.
For me, this album was a new trip into the indie rock genre. We just did indie pop, but for indie rock, this would be probably one of my first albums that I've listened to, and kind of the same thing that I said about the other one is it just boils down to a taste thing, and I just don't have the taste for it, So it's hard to give this album like a positive review because it's so just not me, and it's so not like what I like that it's hard to take my own opinion out of it. You know what I mean? And just look at it
Like objectively.
Objectively, yeah. So, yeah, sorry if I trash it, but yeah, not the biggest fan in the world. When they mixed that up, though, I kind of liked that. I kind of liked it. It was pretty good. So, yeah, I just wish they did that more on this album, but they didn't. So, I'm gonna give this. Oh, well, first let me tell you, top 3 tracks: "Do You Follow," "So in the Moment," and "The Evening Star."
Mm.
And I give this album a 4.5 out of 10.
So I think I can kind of start off my overall thoughts with what you said, Keenan. Comparing this album to their, old body of work. I agree with what you said about it not really holding up to their older projects. But I also think that even if I was to listen to this standalone without any type of context with Belle and Sebastian, I still don't think I would really, gravitate towards it or, take much from it, at least more than what I am getting from it now. So I think just the album as a whole, no matter how you view it, is kind of a disappointment. I do think When We Were Very Young and I Don't Know What You See in Me are pretty bad. I don't like those songs at all. I think just other than that, aside from maybe my top 3, nothing else really just stuck out to me. Like I said, it just wasn't, just wasn't something that was really like resonating, and it's just something that I might not come back to ever aside from my top 3 tracks.
Yeah.
I like the variants here and there. I do like that we get some different time periods, some different sounds, but yeah, overall I just can't say I enjoyed this album as much as I was wanting to. I really was kind of expecting a lot out of this, but so it goes. Not a total dud though. So my top 3 tracks are going to be number 3, When the Cynics Stare Back from the Wall. Number 2 is going to be When You're Not With Me. And number 1, The Evening Star. And my overall score is going to be a 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5. Damn!
That's a
perfect score!
Woo! Black Country Who?
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
Woo!
Number 1 album of the year.
Calling it now. Pitchfork, you're welcome.
A 5.5 out of 10 is what I meant to say. Dude, that was a Freudian slip. I think this album's a masterpiece. Don't listen to me.
Or maybe we should.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, shit. Yeah, well, Either way, I think we're going to end on that little cliffhanger right there. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Underground Treehouse Podcast. That was our review of Late Developers from Belle and Sebastian. If you've listened to it, let us know what you think about it. If you haven't listened to it, give it a listen. Let us know what you think. One of the more interesting albums that's come out this year. I mean, it's only January, But I think, they're definitely they're one of, if not the most prominent artist that has dropped something, this month. So definitely worth your time. Check it out. Let us know what you think. Till then, we'll see you next week. Thank you guys. Bye.